Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Something a little bit different for you today. This is a gorgeous excuse me, pattern. You can call them flowers, you can call them crosses, whatever your eye sees first. It's a slightly more it's got a little opening here to give this little effect in between these little sections here, and all it is 3 rows. Repeat, so a double crochet row, then we build this row, then that's another double crochet, and back to the double crochet row there as well. I've made a little sample here for you. Now I've done this in a 4mm crochet hook, and if you want to make a blanket or something for your bed, I recommend the 4mm crochet hook. If you want to make a scarf, a table runner, I've actually done the measurements. Use a 3.5mm crochet hook and chain 44 stitches. The pattern is worked up in multiples of 4, so you do 44 and it will give you a really nice length for your table. Now you've got 2 options. You can either start your table runner this way and have the stripes going across the table, or if you want to do your that's the 44 chains for this way. If you want to do your make your table runner so the stripes run along the table, then I would just measure your table and do a chain accordingly, but just make sure it's a multiple of 4. Some people just like, you know, for it, there is no standard size, I would say, because every table is different. And not only that, some people like it to drape off the ends, some people just like it to sit on the ends. And what you can do after is, if you decide to go this way, then measure your entire length of the table in your chain, get a measuring tape, sorry, and then measure your table, and if you want to drop, include that also. And then what you need to do is make a chain according to that measurement, multiples of 4. But if you want it to run this way across, so your table runs this way but you're having the stripes going this way, then it's 44 stitches on a 3.5mm crochet hook. So that's if you want to make a table runner, which anything that's stripy, and that's just going to look lovely on a wooden table, I can imagine. But if you want to make a blanket out of this, a baby blanket would also be really pretty. Use a 4mm crochet hook, and you want to chain 112 chains for this. So you need, I'm going to show you the 4mm crochet hook, and what you will need is DK yarn, lightweight yarn, number 3. If you want to use cotton for the table runner, you can, just make sure it's lightweight as well. And of course, again, you can make this pattern any hook and any yarn, and any corresponding hook that you wish, for whatever project you want to make. But I will show you this with a 4mm. For the double crochet rows and how to make a slip knot, etc., I do have individual videos listed, so please go ahead and have a look at those. Let me just zoom you in a little bit, and yes, and please do slow me down if you need to in the playback options, and you can put your captions on if you need to have some subtitles. Okay, so I've got this lovely duck egg blue, and I'm going to show you a very small sample. So it needs to be multiples of 4, so I'm just going to chain 20. If you want to try this out with a smaller chain, like myself, then chain 20, otherwise go straight into your project. Blanket 112 with a 4mm. If you're doing the table runner, 44 stitches with a 3.5mm. 12, 16. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is skip 4 and do double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, and you never count the 1 on the hook. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So skip those 4, and in your 5th next one, yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, pull through 2 and pull through 2. That's your double crochet. Okay, I'll show you again. Yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 2 and pull through 2. Beginners can join in with this as well. If you want to, you can slow me down. It's not a complicated pattern. You want to do double crochets all the way to the end of the row. I actually made this pattern yesterday because my daughter said, "Mum, can you make me a table runner? I've seen some table runners, but they're just not what I'm looking for." So I made this little pattern for her, and she loves it, so I'll be busy with that one. That'll be my next project. Okay. So double crochets all the way to the end. Okay, that will be your first row. So your chain is multiples of 4, and then you skip the original 4 and do your double crochet in the 5th chain and do your double crochets all the way to the end. Row 2, you chain 2, flip your work, then that chain 2 will count as our first double crochet here. So go to the next one and do a double crochet, like so. What you want to do now, as soon as you've done the second double crochet, chain 2. And we are now going to do a 2 double crochets together. So, but we want to do it, see these 2 little loops here? You want to go into there. So chain 2, yarn over. This is only for the first. In the rest, they're going to go in a different place. So we've done the 2 double crochets there. So sorry, the chain 2 and the double crochet. Then yarn over, go into those 2 loops, pull up your loop and pull through 2 and leave it there. Yarn over, go in again to that little 2 little loops there and pull through another loop. You've got 3, pull through all 3. Okay, now we don't chain or anything. There was a bit of a confusion with one of my videos. There is no chain, but I think I did a row with a chain in between. It didn't really affect the pattern as much. I guess if you start off with a chain, then keep doing a chain. If you don't, then, but yeah, there was no chain in that one. Anyway, back to this one. So we've done that. We want to obviously go, that's how we create in the pattern. So we miss one, then we go into the next 3 stitches and do a stitch called 3 double crochets together. So yarn over, miss one, go to the next one, pull up a loop, pull through 2. Yarn over, go into the next one, pull up a loop and pull through 2. Yarn over, go into the next one, pull up a loop and pull through 2. When you've got the 4 loops, pull through all 4 and chain 2. So it's not closing it off and then chain 2, it's just chain 2. Once you've chained 2, we are now going to do there what we've just done here, but we use these 2 little loops. All the ones in the middle now go into this little, you see this little loop here, goes into there. So yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, pull through 2. Yarn over, go in again, pull up a loop and pull through 2. So you'll have 3 loops, pull through all 3. Don't chain anything, just yarn over, miss the next one, and then go into the next one, pull up a loop, pull through 2. Then the next one, pull up a loop and pull through 2. And the next one, pull up a loop and pull through 2. We are pulling through 4 loops, pull through all 4, chain 2. Yarn over, go into that little loop there, and pull up a loop and pull through 2. Yarn over again, go into the same place again, pull up a loop and pull through 2. 3 loops, pull through all 3. Then yarn over, miss one, go to the next one, pull up a loop like you would do as a double crochet, but don't finish it off because we're doing 3 of those. Pulling through only once, you'll end up with 4 loops and pull through all 4. That's right, I was just checking the pattern there. Then chain 2, go in and do that. Going in, pulling up a loop, pulling through 2, pull through all 3. And then miss one like we normally do, and then go into the next one and just do a double crochet, and then go into the top of that chain 4 that we missed and do one on that top of the chain as well. So what's happened here is that we've got the 2 double crochets here and we've got the 2 double crochets here. Okay, chain 2, it's always chain 2 and then flip your work. So we go into the next stitch here and then do our double crochet, and now we're going to form the upper part of this pattern here, and this is row 3, so it's only 3 row repeat. So once you've chained 2 and done your first double crochet, so the chain 2 acts as a double crochet here on the end, we've done 1 double crochet here. You want to go into this space here on top of this cluster that we did, just this little big, well, it's not little, it's quite big. In there, place 3 double crochets, individual 3 double crochets, because we form the cluster here to give us that shape here, and then this shape is going this way, so we need it to fan out. So 3 double crochets there. Chain 1, actually this is, see, I do apologize, I didn't chain 1 here. So once you've done your double crochet, make sure you chain 1 before you move over. So go in and do your 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3, chain 1, then go to the next one, 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3, chain 1, go into this one here, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and then you jump across this petal, and then you put your first one on the top of that, 1 double crochet there, and the other one on top of that chain 2. And that's your 3rd row. So that's row 1, row 2 and row 3, and we're back to row 1 again. Each row begins with a chain 2, go immediately into the next one here and do a double crochet. Make sure that you do your double crochet in the chain 1 spaces here. Double crochet on top of those 3 double crochets. Bear with me, yarn's getting a bit caught up. Okay, and then 1 in the space there because we chained 1, so we place a double crochet there, then back to the top of the 3, 2 and 3, 1 in your chain space, 3 on top of the 3 double crochets, don't miss your chain 1 space, place 1 in there, and then you've got the 2 here, so 1 on top of that double crochet and then 1 on top of that chain 2. That's how you place your, oh, pretty. So that's just 3 rows. I'll show you them again. 1, 2, flip your work, go into the second one, this is row 2 now, and do your double crochet. Remember I showed you that in the beginning when you're doing your first little petal here, or leaf, sideways leaf, should I say, you chain 2, yarn over, and you go into those 2 loops. Pull up a loop, pull through 2. Pull up a loop, go in again, and pull through 2. Pull through all 3. Don't chain. Miss one, which will be this one, and do your 3 double crochets together. Pull through all 4 loops, chain 2. Now we go into the loop here on the side. So yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, pull through 2. Yarn over, go in again, pull up a loop and pull through 2. Pull through all 3. Yarn over, miss one, go to the next one and begin your double crochet. Don't finish it off. You do that 3 times until you've got 4 loops, and pull through all 4. Chain 2. Yarn over, go in there, pull up a loop, pull through 2. Yarn over, go in again, pull up a loop and pull through 2. 3 loops, pull through all 3. So yarn over, miss the next one. You will see they'll sit parallel to this. So the motifs will sit underneath each other. So you miss the next one, go in there onto the next one and do 3 double crochets using 3 stitches, but not pulling and completing, and pulling through the 4 loops. Chain 2, go into the side loop there, yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, pull through 2. Yarn over, go in again, pull up a loop and pull through 2. 3 loops, pull through all 3. Then you miss that one, go to this one and do a double crochet, and then this chain 2 on the end here, double crochet. That's row 2. And then row 3, chain 2, not that one, go to the next one and do a double crochet. Then remember, when you're doing the the row 3, when we're doing this top part, it's always chain 1 in between. So as soon as you've done that, chain 1. So, and then cross over into that space there and do 3 double crochets. 1, 2 and 3. Chain 1, that space there, and 3 double crochets. Oops. Chain 1, your last 3 double crochets here, chain 1, and then you'll have this petal here. You go into the top of where we actually made that. Can you see there? Anywhere there's fine, but try and go into that little chain. Double crochet there, and then double crochet on top of the chain 2. Get mine in. And that's how this pattern works. So that's row 1, that's row 2, and row 3 is just the chaining 1 and then the 3 double crochets coming up. And when you get to the end of your work, and if you want to finish off with a double crochet row, just to give it a nice neat edge, again it's always chain 2, flip your work, go into that second one and do a double crochet. Make sure you go into your chain 1 spaces, your 3 double crochets there, one in your space. We did a chain 1 between those, remember? So 3 double crochets there, one in between, one on top of the 3, 1 in between, never forget that one on top of that double crochet, and then 1 on top of the chain 2, and that's how you would finish off either side, so they're both. So yeah, this is a really cute pattern, great for the spring even, but you can make a shawl pattern out of this. You can literally do anything you want. I'll show you the darker piece so you can maybe see it a bit more. This was a lovely cappuccino colour, one of my favourites. And yeah, so just as a recap, it's just a 3-row pattern, and if you're making a blanket or a shawl, go for a 4mm crochet hook. For a baby blanket, chain 112. If you want to make this as a runner going this way, your table's going that way, and you want the runner going upwards, the length, I'm not sure what the length actually was, but you need 44 chains, but go with a 3.5mm crochet hook. And if you want to use cotton yarn, you can use that of course as well. So yeah, this is my pattern for blankets and table runners. So you go ahead and improvise and do make what you want to out of this. Okay, thank you guys for watching this video, and please do subscribe, like and share, and thank you for all your support, everyone. Excuse me, I'm losing my throat. Yeah, take care, and I'll see you on the next one.